Now, when you started to get into the business, and as you say, a lot of obviously family were working in the business at different capacities. That must have, come up with some challenges through the years, and how you navigate all through that. Now, I don't want to necessarily give you some secrets away, but how did you work through some of those challenges as you grew it from 5 to 15 million?
Well, I think one of the things that helped was having been raised in a family business. Yeah, obviously, my parents were the second generation, and they really ran it while we were growing up. And they made a very conscious effort to bring business home. That there was a clear separation between business and family, and they made sure that they didn't talk about the business at the dinner table. If they had to talk, they would go to the other room, get away from the kids. It wasn't something that we heard growing up. We all worked in the business growing up, summers and things like that. But that helped immensely because it helped me to separate when I would have a frustration with someone in my family about the business, to remember that, okay, he's, my brother, he's still the uncle to my kids, godfather to my daughter. Get upset with my parents, well, they're still my parents, and you got to be able to separate those two things. And I've seen too many families that haven't managed that, haven't figured that out, and they take it all too personally. You have to remember that business is business, family's family, and of the two, in my opinion, family is more important. And so I think my brother and I, as we evolved in our roles, we agreed 99.98% of everything, or we deferred to the other and said, well, I don't really care, whatever you want to do is fine. But that 0.02%, oh, did we fight like cats and dogs over it? And it was interesting in that it happened so rarely, but even when that happened, we'd be in a management team meeting, and we had a couple of people who were not on our management team. They'd hearing us what we're doing, and then all of a sudden, someone would look at the clock and like, oh, hey, time to go to lunch, let's go. And everyone's all hunky-dory and friendly, and they just like, how do you turn it on and off? And our response is always, well, you have to, but that's part of being a family. I think one of the negatives of working with your family in that kind of situation is growing up, how to push each other's buttons and what those buttons are. So if you really want to get under your mom's skin or your dad's skin or your brother's skin, how to do it. And, sometimes it might get the better of you and you do that. So
Right.
You got to be careful with that as well.